This is the KRUI News at Noon, brought to you in part by the Daily Iowan. This is KRUI, Iowa City.
It's noon in Iowa City, the temperature is 75 degrees, and for KRUI, this is the latest news with Ben Colin
and Kim Chexnayder.
Here are the headlines for this Monday morning. Trump claims the election is rigged, America's sweetheart is no more, and the University of Iowa students were faced with a threat.
The National League playoff between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Chicago Cubs is tied at 1-1. But baseball isn't the only thing the two cities are taking a swing at. The two cities are now in a fierce journalistic feud between two newspapers, the Los Angeles Times and the Chicago Tribune, which interestingly enough are owned by the same company. A firestorm between the two has taken over Twitter, and the insults range in topics about corruption, crime, smog, and even cocaine. The Chicago Tribune took an opening shot, titling one of their columns with, "It's Cubs versus LA, the city of smog and failure." LA took a strong shot back, saying fewer than 15 murders that day. Slow news day, Chicago? The interesting rivalry is only expected to heat up more as the Tide series continues. Now, speaking of a flurry of tweets, presidential candidate Donald Trump has had his Twitter fingers busy. He has amplified his campaign's argument over the weekend that the election is quote-unquote rigged, leaving the Republican nominee more isolated as top members of the GOP, including his own running mate, declared their faith in the political system. Trump opened Sundays with a series of tweets doubting the legitimacy of the election. He tweeted and said, "The election is absolutely being rigged by the dishonest and distorted media pushing crooked Hillary, but also at many polling places. Sad."
The most current polls put Donald Trump behind Secretary Clinton by 8 points. CNN's poll shows Clinton has 47% of support from likely voters, Trump has 39% support, and Libertarian candidate Gary Johnson was 7%. As a reminder for all our listeners, registering to vote is currently available online and in person at various voting locations. If you're not able to register previous to Election Day, you may be eligible to do so on Election Day.
Now, last Sunday at the presidential debate, America found a new sweetheart, and that was the wet sweater-wearing and glasses-clad Ken Bone. As the week progressed, Ken Bone became a lot of Americans' hope for the election, and he cashed in on his new fame. He accepted a sponsorship deal with Uber, created his own Bone Zone t-shirt line, and conducted an interview with the people of Reddit. But it was that interview that got Bone into some deep water. His Reddit history was looked into, and he had controversial old Reddit comments about sex, women, and the death of Trayvon Martin. Though he took full responsibility for his comments, the Bone Zone has slowed down, and Americans are back to focusing on Trump and Clinton.
WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange's internet has been cut off. He claims it was done by a state party, but didn't say which one. WikiLeaks is playing a key role in the presidential election by releasing secret documents about both candidates. In the recent weeks, emails from Hillary Clinton and audio of Donald Trump have been made public.
Now on to some news about the University of Iowa. University police issued a crime alert this past weekend regarding a report of sexual assault that occurred at approximately 2 a.m. According to the alert, the victim reported being approached outside an East residence hall by a suspect who initiated a conversation with the victim and then took her to a nearby corner of the building where the incident allegedly took place. Sadly, this was the third reported sexual assault case this semester.
University of Iowa officials are stressing river safety after recent events occurring near the Iowa River. This call for safety follows the death of a UNI student earlier this semester. Sergeant Brad Fisher of the Johnson County Sheriff's Office said that their office typically sees 2 to 3 drownings each year.
Back to some more UI news. Police swarmed Burge Residence Hall Saturday evening after getting a report of an active shooter in the building. Residents of Burge were evacuated and taken to cover. However, police quickly found out that call was a false alarm and quote-unquote a joke. 2 freshman men have been taken in for questioning, but no charges have yet been made.
Finally, a quick look at the weather forecast for Iowa City. It will be cloudy until the mid-afternoon with the temperature climbing into the low 80s. Right now, the temperature is 75 degrees, and for KRUI News, I'm Ben Colin.
And I'm Kimberly Chexnayder.
This is the KRUI News